just a little bit, please? Thank you. Great. Sounds good. Thank you. And we're back. Our subject today is reading the signs. I'm going to need a little bit more on the side, please. Wow, hold on. That's a little better. Could you even it out? Thank you. And we are back. Looking at the signs. There are signs everywhere. Signs. You see them? And then now you know what they say. You know how to read the signs. And you know the signs are telling you which way to go. And you know where to go because of the signs. And you know that. But everything about from where you are looking, your point of view, says, or in other words, tells you that you should be going in the opposite direction than what the signs are telling you or indicating that you should be going. If you want to get where you are going, if that is where you want to be going. And so the signs, you will see these signs. I see them. I'm looking at signs, and I'm saying, no, I've got to turn left. I know it. I know I need to be turning left. And then the sign tells me, no, I need to be turning right. But I am still deciding between turning right or left, even though I'm reading the sign and all the signs, because there's more than one sign leading up to that one sign. And so I make the decision to go either right or left, to go either the way I feel like I should go or follow the signs. Now that's up to you. Of course, in any case, that's up to me. But the signs are there. That's another story. Sometimes that's not really up to you. There might be a sign there. There may be signs. And then you may look at that sign and either see nothing or you read nothing. And then you hear nothing if you hear a sign or signal. But at another time or with another sign or after a series of signs, you say, finally, hey, I see this as a sign. And then you realize, or you might, that there's a lot of signs and they're all pointing you in the right direction, the direction you are going, that you wanted to go, that you want to go. And all of the wrong directioning, all of the wrong going and the wrong doing, thinking, or whatever, might be that you should be following the signs as you go forward. If those signs are telling you that you are going where you are going and what you are doing, what you want to do, where you want to go, and then the signs will get you there. You will arrive if you follow the signs. If you follow the signs. And if you don't follow the signs, then don't worry about it, I guess. Don't even think about it. But the signs are there, and you will see the signs, no doubt. Whether or not you will get anything from these signs or say that these are signs, well, that's up to you. But I am looking at signs. I'm looking at signs right now. And you're looking at one right now. And what direction is that sign pointing you? That is really up to you. Where are you going? What are you doing? And anything that is doing anything is going to mean something. And anything that is not doing anything, or in other words, is doing nothing, is going to mean nothing. And this is all in the book, the first book, and you can get all of the books. The books. The books! You have your books, and I have my books. Reverend Vice from the album To This Hell. This is some of the heaviest metal there is, baby. This is heavy metal, right here. Reverend Vice from their full-length album, To This Hell. Man, this is rockin', baby. Listen to this. Looking at the signs, realizing they can get you where you're going if you will follow them, if they're telling you that where you're going is in the right direction. Of course, you will need to know, you will need to be able to trust that these signs are correct. And so your experience will come into play here. Of course, you have your experience in that you know you might have put the sign there yourself. And then, or another way of having experience would be someone turned the sign around, possibly on another location, a different location, and then now you're wary that this sign might not be as it was originally intended. So you might, maybe you might, perhaps, have some moment of indecision, and you will miss a sign, or you will miss the sign that's right in front of your face. And you might be asking now, maybe you might be, maybe, you might be asking, well, yeah, but why do you need to say it like that? To which I can only say, well, how about if I said it more like this? Sometimes we can miss the signs, even though the signs are right in front of us. They're right in our face. Yeah, I couldn't say it like that. Possibly. Maybe. There's a lot of different ways you can look at it. So we're taking up this idea of the signs. And let's get a spelling on that, please. Sure, hang on. S-I-G-N-S. S-I-G. And what was that other one again? N. Got it. N. And S. Signs. Good. Great. Okay. Moving along now to the next topic. Reading the signs. And this will be in our next program in this series on the signs. And of course, reading the signs and then using the signs to help you along the way for future reference. So you won't have to work so hard. And you can learn to rely on other people and resources to help you. You don't have to do it alone. You can ask people, what do you think about this? Well, how should I go about and try this? I have an idea to accomplish these ideas and produce this and do these things. Who's going to help me? How can I do this? And then you read the signs, and as you are going in the direction you want to go, the signs will point you, and as these signs point you in the direction that you are going, follow the signs. But you have to learn by experience, and then you will learn to trust, and then you will learn to follow the signs. And this only applies if you follow the signs. Again, follow the signs, unless you don't follow the signs. But the bottom line is follow the signs. If you're into that kind of thing, and if you're not, then fine. Great. Don't worry about it. But the signs are there. How we, each of us, in our own timeline, so to speak, if you want to use that language to describe what our lives are, it's a timeline, as if there was any such thing as a timeline. There's no such thing as a timeline, except we invented it, so therefore there is a timeline. There is a timeline because someone invented the timeline. And this sounds kind of weird, but it's true. If something is agreed on as being a thing, anything, then that thing is that thing. It is real. You can read all about it in the book, the first book. These are in my books. This is in my book, this first book. Definitions, meanings, implications of things. And the second edition will be coming out within the year. Coming out within this next year, I should say. More exactly. With expanded footnotes and an updated font to provide the reader with a more streamlined experience in navigating a already somewhat difficult text to dig into, if you will, even read lightly. It's not the easiest book to read, but it's a lot of laughs. And you can read this book in about 45 minutes. It including the footnotes on the first edition. The second edition, now that is going to be a little bit of a different story. Of course, you're going to want to get the other two books. Of course, the first book we're talking about, definitions, meanings, implications of things. This is a Christian book. Definitions, meanings, implications of things. And that is what everything is in society. Definitions, meanings, implications of things. That's what things are. Everything. Every single thing. All things. One thing. Everything. Anything that is a thing. Things are things, and things is a thing. And a thing is and are things. And all of this is in my book. And that is how society builds and maintains, rebuilds, and sustains itself for essentially thousands and thousands of years, in one sense or another. And so, all of these things are definitions, meanings, implications of things. And that is the first book. The second book is the book of the introduction, which will introduce you to the first book. That is the second book. And then the third book is the preface section, part 1. This is a Christian book. And this will be the third book, which is actually the first book. This book will precede, if you will, the first book, which is the second book, which is the book of the introduction to the first book, which is actually now the third book, with the publication of the third book, which is the first book. So they could be read in order as these books, in this following order. The preface section of part 1, this is a Christian book. And then the book of the introduction, followed by this is a Christian book. Definitions, meanings, implications of things. Here is an excerpt from my book by Srandall Slopez on all of those books. And so, yes, you can get a copy of these books if you want, and you can read all about it. You will understand all of it. Or you can just listen to what I'm saying now, and you won't have to buy the books. But you can still buy the books if you want them, or if you need them. And then buy as many copies of the books as you can. And then make as many copies as you need, and then share as many copies as you want. And that's about it, dear friends, for today. Glad you could join us. Check out our sponsors in the links below. Brought to you by Reverend Vice from their album To This Hell. And the preface section, part 1. This is a Christian book. And you can get this book on the internet. Go to the website. And we'll leave you go out now with Reverend Vice from their album To This Hell. And we'll see you next time.